Hello, this is your two-step test practice for operations in algebra number 3, your McCainFourth.com video. So always underline the directions. Remember, as we do this, you can pause the recording in order to write down what you need. If you need to go slower, if you need to speed things up, you can of course move the scroll bar at the bottom of however you're viewing this. So here we go. Show your work for each problem, then answer the question. So we have two things here. So show your work, then is sort of like and then answer the question. So this means that we have two steps. So tag it number 1 and number 2. Two things we have to do. All right, make sure you have your math notebook handy, please, to use as a resource in order to see all these hint words and to remind you what operations they hint to you. All right, let's go ahead with problem number 1. So Maria invited 6 friends over. I always underline who. Okay, Maria invited 6 friends over for a water balloon fight. She gave each, circle the word each, because I know right here each and per hints multiply. So she gave each friend 7 water balloons. 28 of the balloons popped. Ooh, interesting. 28 popped. How many left? And right away I see that word left, so I'm going to circle it. Okay, we also want to look at some other hint words here. She gave each friend. So let's look at each. We know each a lot of times means multiply. Also, it means how many each friend got, or in each group. So 6 friends must be the groups of people. And then we have this, 28 balloons popped. If balloons are popping, it verifies this hint right here. So when I look at left, we have it circled here. Left means subtract. So I want to put a little subtraction symbol and circle it. So right away I can tell multiplying and subtracting, and this verifies this too, because if balloons are popping, then we're definitely subtracting. So we want to write down in order that they appear, times and subtract, and then go ahead and do the problems. So I can do this, 6 friends times 7 each, 7 water balloons each. So we're going to set up the equation, blank times blank equals blank, and put your codes, groups in each group and total. And so we have 6 friends, which are the groups. How many did each friend get? 7. And chicks go surfing to the nice 40 zoo 42. So this is how many total balloons we have right now. Now we're on to the next step of the problem. 28 of the balloons popped. So how many were left? So here's my total that we have, and we need to do a subtraction problem. Total minus part equals missing part. And so we have 42 balloons right now, and we're going to subtract these popped balloons to find out how much is left. So you might have to do a calculator, or you might have to do a little problem on the side. Okay, more on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. So we have 4, and then 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have 14 balloons left. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this here and circle my answer. All right, so let's answer the question. How many were left? 14, and we could just say were, or I can go ahead and put balloons were left, period. Okay, on to number 2. In the first 2 games, I scored 2 points. And right away, circle, and 4 points. This is our blank and blank. 2 numbers on both sides mean we're adding, so you should have a little addition symbol above there. In the 3rd game, I scored 3 times as many, and this is where your hands go up like crazy maniacs. 3 times, we write 3x above, so we know that's a multiplication thing. It says times as many. versus or as the first two games. So here's the first two games is this here. And this you can see is sort of a combined number. So here's my first two games. In the third game was 3 times as many as the first two games. This is sort of like saying versus. All right, and the question, how many points in the third game? So we can see we're adding and then multiplying. So we're going to put our two operations. Let's go ahead and find the first two games, how many points we scored. So we have 2 plus 4 is obviously 6 points. Now we can do this problem, okay? And this is the first two games. So I scored 3 times as many. Set up your equation. How many times blank equals blank? How many times always goes fast? They all yell. All right. How many times? 3 times. And now we label. So what's 3 times? The third game. So I'm going to put third game. And it's third game versus the first two games. So let's put 1 and 2. Okay. So how many points did I score in the first two games? Well, first two games I scored 2 points and 4 points, which equals 6 total. And now we can do tree times chicks, aching 18, and the third's real number goes right here. Okay. And now we can answer the question, how many points did I score in the third game? I scored 18 points. Done. Okay. All right, let's take care of this secret video word. I think, because I'm sort of craving one right now, we should make the secret word be hot dog. Because that sounds really good to me right now. All right, back to this. Jake had 4 pencils. That's obviously important. We definitely care. Jake, 4 pencils. Kelly had 6 times as many. Oh, as Jake. There's a little verses again. All right, Kelly divided. Now, before we even get to this, smart thing we're doing is realizing, ooh, okay, 4 pencils. Oh, times as many. Right away, let's put 6x. So we know we're doing multiplication. Now let's get to our next part. Kelly divided her pencils up equally. Oh, gosh. Kelly divided equally. Okay, divided pencils equally into 3 bags. Okay, so right away we know it actually says the word divided, so obviously we're doing division. So divide up pencils equally into 3 bags, and a bag holds stuff. Okay, so I'm guessing this is probably a group. How many pencils? Oh, check this out. In each bag. Definitely sounds like in each group, question mark. So we have a lot of good information. So obviously we see that we're dividing up equally, so a division symbol here, and we have our 6x. So multiplying and dividing. Let's go ahead and do our multiplying first. So multiplication equation, how many times blank equals blank? How many times always goes? You're right, first. And then let's label. Who is 6 times? Kelly is 6 times. It's Kelly versus who? Jake. And what goes there at the end? Kelly's real number. So what do we know? Jake or Kelly? Oh, right here, Jake had 4 pencils. And now I know door times chicks equals empty floor 24. And so I know how many pencils Kelly has. So now let's continue on to division. Kelly divided up her pencils equally into 3 bags. So we have a division problem now. Blank divided by blank equals blank. And that's if we know the total. Divided up into groups, because that's what we know, and it'll tell us how many are in each group. So these codes just help us organize our information. All right, so Kelly has 24 pencils, and we're sharing them into 3 bags equally. And now we can either say dentifloor 24 divided by tree equals what, or we can actually say what times tree equals dentifloor 24. You can do it on a calculator if you need. So I'm going to ask myself the inverse. What times tree equals dentifloor 24? And I know the tree is skating when he dents the floor. All right, so how many pencils did she have in each bag? In each bag, she had 8 pencils in each bag. All right, that's it. If you have questions about this, let me know as soon as you can. See you later.